The greatest glory in living lies not in never falling, but in rising every time we fall. Education is the most powerful weapon, which you can use to change the world. It always seems impossible until it's done. A good head and a good heart are always a formidable combination. I learned that courage was not the absence of fear, but the triumph over it. The brave man is not he who does not feel afraid, but he who conquers that fear. Resentment is like drinking poison and then hoping it will kill your enemies. For to be free is not merely to cast off one's chains, but to live in a way that respects and enhances the freedom of others. Do not judge me by my successes. Judge me by how many times I fell down and got back up again. No one is born hating another person because of the color of his skin, or his background, or his religion. People must learn to hate, and if they can learn to hate, they can be taught to love, for love comes more naturally to the human heart than its opposite. There is no passion to be found playing small and settling for a life that is less than the one you are capable of living. Freedom cannot be achieved unless the women have been emancipated from all forms of oppression. A leader is like a shepherd. He stays behind the flock, letting the most nimble go out ahead, whereupon the others follow, not realizing that all along they are being directed from behind. There can be no keener revelation of a society's soul than the way in which it treats its children. It is in your hands to make a better world for all who live in it. I am the master of my fate. I am the captain of my soul. I detest racialism because I regard it as a barbaric thing, whether it comes from a black man or a white man. I dream of an Africa which is in peace with itself. We can change the world and make it a better place. It is in your hands to make a difference. Courageous people do not fear forgiving for the sake of peace. A good leader can engage in a debate frankly and thoroughly, knowing that, at the end, he and the other side must be closer and thus emerge stronger. The greatest gift is not to be afraid to question. Real leaders must be ready to sacrifice all for the freedom of their people. I am not a saint unless you think of a saint as a sinner who keeps on trying. A nation should not be judged by how it treats its highest citizens, but its lowest ones. Our human compassion binds us, the one to the other, not in pity or patronizingly, but as human beings who have learnt how to turn our common suffering into hope for the future. I stand here before you not as a prophet, but as a humble servant of you, the people. A fundamental concern for others in our individual and community lives would go a long way in making the world the better place we so passionately dreamt of. I like friends who have independent minds, because they tend to make you see problems from all angles. It is what we make out of what we have, not what we are given, that separates one person from another. May your choices reflect your hopes, not your fears.